Welcome back to another episode of the Balance Healing Creations podcast. Let's just take a moment and arrive in this moment together. Notice your breath. Notice your feet on the ground. Notice where your body feels supported. You don't need to change anything. Just let yourself be here in this moment. Today, I want to talk about something that doesn't always get seen, and that's the quiet work of healing. There's a version of healing that looks big, breakthroughs, aha moments, realizations, big moments that feel like everything is changing at once. New career, new home, new car, new family members. And those moments do happen, yes. But most of the time, healing doesn't look like that. And I think it's important to pay attention and bring our awareness to what's happening most of the time, which is the quiet form of healing that's not loud and not flashy, but those subtle shifts. The healing that looks like pausing instead of reacting, or knowing when to leave a conversation when you feel like you've been in it too long, or noticing something in your body and choosing to listen to it instead of ignoring it, or saying no when you would have said yes before. It looks like feeling something fully without needing to hand it to someone else. A lot of this work is not visible. No one's clapping for it. No one's pointing it out. People aren't posting about it on social media. But that doesn't mean that it isn't happening. And it doesn't mean that you can't notice it. Your body feels it. Your nervous system feels it. The way you move through your life begins to shift. And it's subtle. And it does happen over time. And eventually people do notice it. But that doesn't matter. What matters is you, your growth, and how you feel. How you navigate your day to day. There have been moments where I've wondered if anything was actually changing. Moments where I've been too hard on myself, where I feel like I'm not doing enough because I'm not where I want to be. And that timeline could look like going from 30 to 1042, because let's be honest, my dreams, my goals, and my aspirations can be huge. And when I get caught up in the day-to-day, I notice that I can lose track of the minuscule moments where I am pausing instead of reacting, or I am leaving those conversations that I feel like I've been in too early, or I'm noticing the sensations in my body before I attend an event or say yes to something, and I listen to them. I listen to my intention of going places. So these shifts don't seem dramatic and they don't feel like a breakthrough, but when I look back, I can see the growth. I can see the exponential growth, especially over the past 5 years alone. I have 4 years, 7 months, and 20 days of sobriety today. And 4 years ago, man, was I so reactive. Yes, I took everything so personally. And I did turn bad moments into bad days. But today I don't. Today I do pause. Today I notice the subtle shifts in my body and in my energetic field, and I listen to them. I use my body as a guide to navigate this life. If something is not aligned with where I want to go, then I don't choose it. And I have the capacity to do daily mundane things like go to the grocery store with a positive, happy, joyous, and free mindset. Even though it's not on the top of my priorities, it's something that must be done. So I have a choice. I can do this task the easy way, or I can do it the hard way. I can do it with resistance and dread, or I can choose to be happy and turn it into an experience that could even be spiritual. Because you never know where inspiration will strike. You never know when your higher power is going to intervene and throw people in your path. Or for me, recently, it's been repeating numbers. At the gas station today, too. It's being more conscious with how I'm just doing things, even just filling up my gas tank. I'm doing it with gratitude and with joy and with pleasure. And you know what happened when I did that today? I had repeating numbers on my gas tank. It was 5544. And then when I left the gas station, I saw 888. And for me, my higher power communicates with me in that way to affirm that I am supported. I am held. I may not know what the future holds, but I'm on the correct path toward a higher vibrational frequency and divine alignment. So, yeah, taking a moment to pause and reflect on my growth has been huge. And that is something I'm joyful about. And no, that's not something that, people will notice. But it doesn't matter because I notice it and it's dramatically shifting my lifestyle. I wake up happy. I don't need drugs or alcohol to do that. I'm choosing to listen to my body. I'm choosing to pause before I respond. I'm choosing to not carry things that aren't mine. I give myself space instead of overriding myself. I can communicate calmly, clearly, and effectively. And I can clearly articulate my emotions. These moments add up. Healing for me started to feel less like something I was doing and more like an embodiment, more of like a lifestyle. Healing has turned into me for the way I am living, the way I respond, the way I listen, the way I hear things, the way I move through relationships, dynamics, and just going to the grocery store or filling up gas. And no, you may not always notice it right away. I mean, heck, it took me about a little over 4 years, you know, from the moment I put down alcohol to notice it. But you do notice it. The way you move through one moment to the next can shift so much more than you realize. You have no idea how far that ripple goes. The work may be quiet, but it changes everything. As you sit with this, with what I just talked about, I want you to notice your body again. What feels different than it did when you first started listening to yourself? And you don't need to measure it, just acknowledge it. Before I started recording this episode today, I pulled an animal spirit card for this collective that's been tuning into this frequency. And these messages are timeless, so you will find this podcast whenever it's time for you to receive it. So I thought it was pretty synchronistic, actually, based off of this message. The card that came out was Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. And I'm going to read the message to you all. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Right now, you are poised to jump up into the next level of your life and move forward into something even better than you could have ever imagined. When Grasshopper Spirit appears, it is a fortuitous time to take a leap into the unknown. For Grasshopper Spirit represents the innovative spirit that says, "Why not?" and has faith in the powers of co-creation. You are being called to trust that this is the right time to go with that idea, relationship, or situation. Take risks, for abundance in all forms will show up for you. Wondrous things await when Grasshopper Spirit appears. You are not going to go backward. So listen to your intuition rather than your fearful ego that resists any change and clings worriedly to what was. Luck is on your side. Jump up and forward with confidence, for Spirit has so much in store for you. If only you take that leap. It is hard for you to trust in good fortune because you have been hurt in the past when you took a risk. Staying earthbound does not offer the safety you seek, For that can be found only through trusting that Spirit is always with you and wants the best for you. Your intuition is guidance from Spirit, telling you to let go of your fears and leap into the abundance and good fortune awaiting you. Grasshopper Spirit reminds you that the only way now is to jump forward. Can you be willing to trust the unknown? The great mystery that you can't fully understand? Even if you take the teeniest leap in consciousness to be willing, it's a beautiful beginning. Sure, every leap forward brings a new challenge, but you can handle it with Spirit as your partner, trusting that this new experience will only deepen your life with magic and meaning. Take the leap. I felt like that card was really synchronistic, and it most certainly resonated with today's message because so much healing and growth happens even without our awareness, even without that being our primary focus. And then before you know it, you look back and you see how far you've grown. But then slowing down and tuning into your senses, tuning into your body, tuning into those messages, pausing before reacting, moving with joy, being in joy while filling up your gas tank. Even though gas prices are sky high, filling up your tank with gratitude, or just even if you're not filling it, putting in $23. Putting in $23 into your tank with gratitude. Doing it with joy. And noticing if resistance shows up when you're attempting to do it with joy. And choosing peace and happiness and love and ease. Saying no to that resistance and choosing the higher vibrational feeling. These tiny little steps are actually leaps and bounds to our growth. And they're essential to developing and strengthening our relationship with our higher power. And yeah, of course we don't know where we're headed. Why would we? That takes the fun out of it. But then we get little reminders that we are supported. We're divinely supported. Those angel numbers, seeing a hawk or a hummingbird or that penny on the ground or something, seeing somebody that reminds you of a relative that has passed or a name on a street sign. Those are all divine messages telling us, reminding us and reassuring us that we are on the correct path and to take those leaps, take those bounds. So, of course, it's no coincidence that that Grasshopper Spirit card showed up today for this collective. I wanted to do something a little different today because that's, I don't know, that's what I like to do. Switch it up. Anyways, thanks for being here with me. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chilling with me and my opals. He's using opals today and some beautiful celestite. So that frequency and that energy is there with you. And as always, take gentle care of yourself. I love you all, and I'm sending you so much love.